Welcome to my RV product reviews. In this video I'm going to review the ETrailer 24x60 cargo carrier with the RV bumper supports. This is the first time I've purchased any large item from ETrailer. Typically I will use online stores I have had good experiences with for my RV needs. I purchased this from ETrailer after reading reviews, other RV channel reviews and available information on the website. The product I purchased included the RV bumper support, and having some issues with the strength of the rear bumper, I felt that this would be a good approach, and ETrailer were the only ones I found that offered this option. Let's start by discussing the RV bumper support. However, if you do not need this item for your application, please feel free to skip this part of the video. The RV bumper support is fastened to the supporting beams that hold the rear bumper to the RV and wrap under the bumper, providing it with additional support to strengthen it. To install this item, you will need the supplied drill bit, socket set or appropriate wrenches and a large clamp. To start with, you will clamp the RV bumper support to the bumper against the beams that hold the rear bumper. The instructions are very useful when deciding how you should position the bumper supports on your specific RV. Once you have the supports in the position you need, mark the 3 holes that best fit your specific bumper configuration. The kit does include several different configurations of support beam design. Included are parts to install on an I-beam frame or a box frame. My RV is a box frame design. Once you have marked the holes, then remove the clamp and based upon your frame design, use the supplied drill to drill the 3 holes. You should pay attention to the instructions provided, as there are 2 different size drill bits included, and use the one appropriate to your specific application. Once you have drilled the holes, clamp the support again to the bumper, then using the appropriate bolts to attach the RV bumper support to the frame. Again, pay attention to this as it varies based upon the frame size, and be careful when tightening the screws you do not rip the threads. For me, this was the start of my frustrations with this product, but more on that later. Now you just repeat the same process on the other side of your bumper frame. Once the RV bumper supports are attached, then we can move on to attaching the carrier arms to the bumper. I measured and marked the center of the bumper. I then divided the distance apart on the instructions for the carrier holders, which should be 27 and 9/16 inches, which divided by 2 gives me a distance from center of 13 and 25 30-seconds, or just over 13 and 3/4 inches. I then measured this from the center mark for both sides and drew a line on the bumper. I then double checked the distances between the lines and the distance from each end of the bumper to make sure that they were centered. I take the 2 bumper mounting brackets, place them over the bumper with the inside edge on the lines marked previously. I then bolted them on lightly using the 4 M10 by 130 hex bolts, 2 bolts for each. Before tightening fully, I rechecked all measurements. Once they were correct, I fully tightened the bolts. Once the brackets were in place and tightened, I attached the carrier arms, which use very large bolts. I then tightened these up enough to minimize any lateral sway in the arms, but not so tight that they did not pivot up and down. Next step was to build up the cargo frame. The carrier frame comes in 2 pieces, and the hardware kit includes 2 metal bolts with 2 holes in each, which slide into the top rail of the frame front and back. Then using the bolts provided, insert into the frame through these blocks and loosely tighten the bolts. Just as a note, I left all the carrier frame bolts loose, as I did notice some adjustment was needed as the holes did not perfectly line up. Next step was to insert the 3 bolts on the bottom part of the carrier frame where the 2 sides meet. This was when I had issues with the holes not fully lining up. The middle hole was not correctly aligned, and the only way I could get the bolt through was at a slide handle. Once the frame was built, the next step was to attach the frame to the arms. This was done by inserting the 4 carriage bolts into the frame holes, ensuring that they were fully located into the holes in the arms. Finally, I went over all bolts to ensure that everything was tight and there was minimal lateral movement as possible without restricting operation. After this experience, what are my thoughts about ETrailer and this product? From a perspective of the actual product performance, I have not used it since installing it, but I will be using it soon. However, the construction seems good and the carrier seems very solid. My one concern is always around vibration and bouncing with the items attached to the rear bumper. And how would this product handle this? When the item was raised and lowered, I was impressed at how little movement there was when the fastening pins were in place. ETrailer advertises that this item will hold up to £500. I will not be testing this claim, as my plan is to use it to carry a mid-sized Blackstone grill and a small generator and potentially a gas can for boondocking. Something we have been wanting to try without spending thousands on batteries and solar. Now for the cons on this item, which unfortunately are a few. And I should add that I did buy this item a while back, but because of several other projects in winter I wasn't able to fit the item until early August this year. The item had been in my garage in the sealed box for several months between delivery and assembly. My first frustration came around when I opened the parts pack for the bumper support. As I always do, I checked that I had all the items listed in the contents, and on an initial inspection I had everything I needed. After drilling the 3 holes for the bumper support, I came to attach the supplied bolts. I then found that the bolts supplied, which in the instructions stated 6 trilobular thread forming screws M8 by 2.25mm by 22, were actually regular bolts of the same size but not thread forming. So I halted the project and reached out to ETrailer customer support to get the correct bolts, and after several days of back and forth and sending them pictures of the contents and close-up images of the bolts I received and having to tell them what the difference was between these bolts and thread forming bolts, after this back and forth I could not get any further responses from the customer agent I was dealing with. Being undaunted, I reached out again to ETrailer support contact on their website, and again after a day of back and forth providing images and content lists and included items, I even offered to buy the bolts and pay for shipping. Finally, after this, I got an email that told me they were unable to supply the bolts and I would have to repurchase the bumper support kit for around $80, which, when I purchased the carrier frame, was included in the kit. After my frustration with the ETrailer customer support, I finally decided, well, I'm going to have to resource the bolts myself. And I did some searching, could not find the specific bolts, and did not want to use something that wasn't applicable given the application. I had concerns over the strength and thread size of the bolts. So I ended up using a tap and cutting a thread into the holes I drilled and used the provided bolts, which worked perfectly if a little time consuming. Another con was that the product was not well packaged for shipping, and on inspection I found that there was some minor damage due to this, and after reviewing all the comments on the ETrailer site I found that this was a common complaint. Firstly, the black coating on the frame parts had been damaged and in several places rubbed off completely and showing the metal frame. My solution to this was to purchase a can of automotive black bumper spray and went over the product and touched up all the places that the coating was missing or damaged. I have provided a link to this in the description if you need it. Because of the same packaging issues, some of the plastic stoppers got dislodged, and because of the movement of the heavy components inside the box got damaged to a point that they were unusable. Given my experience with ETrailer customer support, I just went ahead and found a different provider. A small frustration I have was that in a few cases the holes did not align fully and required some adjustments to get the bolts through the holes, but this is a minor issue. Overall, I am happy with the product. It seems to be well made. I am however disappointed with the care of the packaging for transport and the poor quality of ETrailer customer support. To be clear, this is my own opinion. I have seen many others online who rave about ETrailer and their product support. In closing, would I recommend the purchasing of this item? I would say yes. However, I would suggest that if you order this item on the day of delivery, check everything to ensure that it's not damaged and all the required parts are included, specifically each of the screws are the ones that you would have expected. So, I guess in conclusion, would I buy again from ETrailer? And I would say not unless I can source it from somewhere else, because their customer support was terrible. I was really disappointed. Thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to follow me to get notified of more of these videos as I produce them. Also, feel free to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down and comment. I always try to respond to any comments or questions that I get.